Welcome back to STV Today, and of course Mike Bjorkman is still with us, and
He won't go away.
He won't go away. Talking about the H1N1 virus, there's a Bjorkman virus.
It's a swine flu.
It's everywhere.
You guys are seriously jerks today. Wow.
We love you.
Is there a vaccine for the Mike Bjorkman virus?
No, once you're Bjorkmanized, you're hacked.
Okay, we got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about. We had Lou on here earlier in the
Lou
program.
brought up some things that feed right into our business. Obviously, we had Louis Esbin on the show, fantastic bankruptcy attorney, business attorney, contractor, whatever. But primarily in Tammy and Mai's business is our short sales and how they work with bankruptcy. There's so many people, and I want to get back to your credit question, but there's so many people that have been coming to us over the past few years that say, hey, you know, Mike, and then of course they always call 2 or 3 days before a foreclosure and say, Mike, what do I do? I'm going to lose my house. And I'm like, well, you know, it's too soon or too late sometimes to get it on the market for a short sale and stop the foreclosure. I mean, we could work miracles, but when it's 2 days, there's really only one guy we can call, and that's Lou. And we have them counsel with Lou. You know, 8 out of 10 times, I'd say they're perfect candidates for bankruptcy. We file either the Chapter 7, 11, or 13. And now we have our foreclosure stopped. And then our clients can, what we say, breathe, Lou? Breathe a little bit?
Because they cannot proceed with any foreclosure action if they're in the middle of a bankruptcy.
Correct.
Or in the midst
and
of
stop me, Lou, if I get into quoting legal stuff that I'm not supposed to do. But we've done it so much together over the years that we, you know, I don't want to be a lawyer. Obviously, I can't talk like a lawyer and give legal advice, but we know now. So what happens is, once we do the file for the bankruptcy, now we can put the home on the market, start negotiating with the bank, depending on what Lou says as far as what type chapter it is and where we're at in the process. Sometimes we'll wait a bankruptcy out 90 days, sometimes 6 months, then start the foreclosure process after, and sometimes we'll do it beginning, depending on the client, their situation, their future plans, and their financial situation. So it works out really well. So I wanted to point out to everybody, if you're still in a position like that, like we just got a call the other day, a guy in Castaic said, I have a sale date on the 23rd. Okay, so first we give them Lou's phone number, then we get their authorization to call the bank, and we start juggling that. And that's where we're at. There was more we were supposed to talk about.
I just had a question and I just lost it.
Well, let's go back to your
was
credit thing, because that was really important to me. So many of our clients and our associates in sphere of influence, past clients, everybody should know this. When you do have that bankruptcy, well, we're selling people right now. It's called a boomerang buyer. Lou and I have been working very closely together since 2005 when the market started going down. All those people, it's 2013. Well, now the guidelines for loans, realistically, we're selling people homes 2 years after a bankruptcy. Okay? That's a big deal compared to the markets of the past. So I'm seeing people get cars right after bankruptcies, credit cards right after bankruptcies. That's normal, whatever, I don't care. But when you could buy a house 2 years after bankruptcy, most people don't know that. You know, and I'll bring SCV leasing into it. Most of our tenants have been hurt through the economy. And as we call, or as they call us, and you know, we're renewing leases and going on, you know, we say, hey, you know, you're paying $2,000 a month. Do you know it might be cheaper to buy a home like you're in than rent? Well, we had a bankruptcy 5 years ago, and you know, do you have a down payment? No. Do you have a 401k? Yeah, we got 50 grand in there. Would you like to own a home? You know, so we go through those motions with them.
Education is key.
Oh yeah, and
Education
that's
is
why we
key.
keep in such good contact with our clients to let them know they have to be educated. They have to understand that why would they make their landlord rich when they don't have to?
That's absolutely
You know, or
true.
so many of our owners, they didn't realize they lost a lot of their homes due to foreclosure because they didn't realize that they could save those homes and do their bankruptcy. So between SCV Leasing and Team Bjorkman, all that comes together all the time. And you know, it's really important to talk about because you know the public needs to know.
And it's okay to pick up the phone. Pick up the phone, call, get the information. I think so many people are afraid to make that initial phone call.
Sure.
You know, if you can, I mean, I know you've never been in a situation like that, but when you're in a situation where you're just desperate and you're embarrassed, but it's okay to pick up that phone and make that call.
I think that's the word, is embarrassed, because
It's totally like that. I tell all my clients, why didn't you call me earlier? Oh, I thought something would happen. I thought I'd get another job. The last person I wanted to tell I was in financial trouble was you. And I go, why? That's what I'm here for. Yeah. You know, I've saved thousands of homes.
And as you were talking, I keep going through in my mind of I would want to save myself from bankruptcy. I would expect other people would want to avoid that. What are the steps that they would have to take? And when you mentioned embarrassed, I thought, okay, that's a big one. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they do everything they can. They scratch and pull and try to save themselves. But at the end, it's better than losing your home or better than losing everything. A bankruptcy is just a really fantastic way to go. You know, before 2005, before I was really educated, I would have said, oh no, that's terrible. But you know what, and I don't know if Lou agrees with me or not, but it's not that bad. That's my personal opinion. I see people go in and out of this like, and it's like nothing ever happened.
Okay.
It's a good chance to restart your life. If you don't do it sometimes, and if you don't save your house, restarting your life could take 5, 10, 20 years before you get your next house. You know, I have so many people that are living in apartments miserable right now because they gave away their beautiful home that they didn't realize that we could have saved between Lou and I and you know, the rest of the gang.
Right, right.
So crazy, huh?
Yeah. Well, let's switch gears a little bit to today's market. What are we looking at? It's a new year. What's going on out there? What are you seeing?
Well, I think what we should switch to a little bit is it's a fantastic market because the rates are still really low. And you know, yesterday we were talking about a lot of the loan programs and bring back in SCV leasing. As the broker of SCV leasing, what I'm seeing more and more of is two things. The owners are saying, look, prices are still going up, slowly, but they are. And the interest rates are staying low, and I just have to beat it in everybody's head. The most important thing you could do for your future is have real estate in your retirement vehicle, a portfolio, whatever you want to call it. You need to buy rental property. So with the lending guidelines nowadays, a lot of people don't realize that the sellers can carry seconds. Many people have made 30, 40% equity in their home and don't mind an investment of carrying paper. If you can carry paper on your home and collect maybe 7, 8, 9% on your money, that's better than sticking in the bank. If a homeowner doesn't need that money, a lot of times I can convince the homeowner to carry that paper. So you can do a cash out refi on your current property, use that as a down payment, you know, if you fit within those guidelines, and still buy another property. That is the hot ticket right now. And the reason I know that is because the phone calls are coming in like crazy at SCV Leasing saying, I want to rent my home out. I want to rent my home out. And I say, fantastic. Have you considered selling it? No, I want it for a retirement vehicle. Great. And then we get into it, and then I help them with their refis and all that stuff.
So obviously the market on the SUV leasing side is still hot.
Oh, that company's growing like wildfire. I mean, I've never been so proud of a company I've started.
Obviously, if
you know, I sell most of them, but I'm keeping that one.
Obviously, if people are calling saying, I've got this extra property, I don't want to lease it, that means that there is the market for people who are wanting to rent those properties.
No, absolutely. There's plenty of people. The Southern California is really moving and grooving right now. And the other thing that was really hot in today's market is the interest rates are still low. And what's becoming popular is the 3, 5, 7-year loans that Lou doesn't want me to talk about, but they're they're fixed for 3 years, but they have much lower interest rates. They're called Band-Aid loans or temporary loans, depending on what market you're at, but increases the buyer's purchasing power much more. So since the market went up 20, 30%, a lot of the buyers had their buying power taken away. So if you needed $350,000 to get in an entry-level home in Santa Clarita, that went up to $450,000. Well, a lot of people's incomes didn't. But with the lower interest rates, it's easier to qualify, increases their purchase power, so they can be buying these really nice homes in Santa Clarita, but having a 4% interest rate still. I mean, I love this market.
Yeah, well, we had training yesterday with Team Reno, which is the mortgage
Their
team.
HomeSmart's
in-house lender. So, but they were telling us about all of these programs out there, and it's amazing because most people think, oh, there's just your standard loans, you know, your 30-year, blah, blah, blah. It's amazing what's out there. I mean, the USDA loan that they were talking about,
that was all
insane.
The time with people in Castaic and Acton and Valverde. I mean, people wonder how I get so many transactions pulled off. Well, we know about loans that most other agents don't know or don't care to learn about. 0% down. You know, you can move into a property with 0 out of your pocket. And we're working with those types of buyers all the time. There's certain grants that we use all the time for 0 down programs. What are some of the other neat programs that we were talking about?
I don't know, it was the USDA one that really popped out at me. I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, we've used that, and Roxanne uses that in the office a lot. We have other programs that we're very familiar with that are very similar to no documentation income qualifying products, depending on down payment. So what we do is we spend a lot of time educating the HomeSmart agents so they understand you can turn somebody who doesn't know or think they're a buyer into a buyer and, make somebody's day, make somebody's year, and really help them carry out their dreams.
Very cool.
So it's a good market. Prices are steadily going up. Interest rates are staying cool. Plenty of buyers, plenty of sellers.
It's a happy time to be in real estate.
Pick up the phone.
And it's a happy time if you want to call Mike Bjorkman and Tammy Edwards at HomeSmart Real Estate, right?
Thanks for plugging me, Dave. That's pretty nice of you.
We do it. Hey, can you?
God, I hate when you guys do that.
He hates it when we do that.
Oh, well, that's too bad. That's our thing.
That's what it is. He's jealous.
I think it is. What it is.
He's jealous.
Thanks, Mike. We really appreciate it,
Thank
as
you.
always. We always appreciate it.
Good
And
show.
thank you for sharing a part of your day with us. We hope you have a good rest of your day.